would have just not came. Okay. So it's, thank God Amazon came. But I was looking, at the map when it was like your delivery is 3 stops away. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But every stop by me, I'm in the city, so it's a building. So one stop, the guy's delivering 85 fucking packages. It could take him 2 hours to deliver one stop. So yeah, no, a bunch of shit. But I got it all now. I'll record the Patreon video tomorrow, and I'll do this dumb show with you guys. And it looks like we got somebody that's in Vegas, baby.
Vegas.
Yes.
You want to pull him on, Shauna?
He's in the backstage already.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, this is going about.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it's going about as well as I expected it. Yeah, okay. Yes.
So we missed you guys so much. I actually went to New York. I don't know if you can see that. We're at New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a subway there. So somebody's gonna stab you in the fucking kidney before you leave. Jesus Christ.
You guys are fucked.
How hot
Don't get diddied.
Pardon me?
Don't get diddied.
Oh, there you go. Fucking all right. Boy, this is working great. This was a great idea. Fuck yeah.
I literally just wanted to come show you guys some love. I think you guys are gonna kill it because you always do. And that's it. Vegas, baby.
Thanks. Look at you, little balloon.
It should be over.
Yeah. All right,
Kick him out, Shauna. Kick him out.
Yeah. We'll see you later, man. Thanks for coming.
I thought we decided when I fucked this shit up like 8 times that we were never doing that again.
That was classic, though. The balloons was the best part.
Why the fuck would you guys do that again? I don't understand.
It's because you're here.
Oh my God. Fucking A. Anyway, yeah, Diddy party, fucking Brian says. I'm not even gonna go there, okay?
It turns into a political mess.
I feel like that's opening us up for shit that we don't need to be bothered with, okay? Right?
It just reminds you of the 80s.
Baby oil.
Yeah, but
baby oil everywhere, tip of your dick in a Listerine bottle, whatever.
All right. Listen, Jared, you have to go fuck yourself. Because in the 80s, I was 9, okay? you think I'm fucking pulling my dick out and greasing it up when I'm fucking 9?
Well, yeah, you didn't do that when you were 9.
You keep thinking that Chris is like 70 years old or something?
Right. He's like, Chris was really big in Hollywood in the 80s. Like, shut the fuck up. Don't...
He was still home with his parents.
Yeah, seriously. I was living at home. Granted, I was calling phone sex a lot. And my parents...
1-900 numbers?
Yeah, the 900s and if you remember the 970 and 976 numbers. And I called so much phone sex, right? Like fucking... my bill was like $700, right? Like the phone bill, the house phone bill was like $700.
Oh, they must have hated you.
So what my parents used to do is they used to detach the handsets from every phone in the house before they went to bed. All right. But they didn't know that they were raising a sexual genius. Okay. Because I found out that if you click the hang up button 10 times, it automatically connects you to the operator. And once you get to the operator, you say, "Can you please connect me to 970 slut?" And she did it. And fucking, I still got on the phone sex lines. Yeah, I don't play. All right. I don't fucking play. All right.
He was above his time right there.
Yeah, I was ahead of my time. That's right.
That's phenomenal.
Oh.
Paulie, you want to give these guys some validation and say what's up to the chats?
So what we got? Let's go, Kevin. Oh, look at this. Unbelievable. Bullshit. Sammy, Pink Panther.
Yeah, that's a little gay. Fuck
yeah. We didn't plan it. What's going on, HJS? Rich, how you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lori.
Fuck yeah. How hot? Like fucking how hot is Lori in that picture?
Brian and Holly, what's going on, Sky High? There, the man, the myth, Lenny. What's going on? Hope everything's all right.
Got all fucked up, man.
Yeah, James, Mr. Perry. Who else we got?
Yeah, we our own.
Crystal, Vegas, baby.
So the bad thing is with those two, what happens in Vegas is 100% not going to stay in Vegas.
Yeah,
No, it's not. It's not, because they are so mouthy and give away secrets like you wouldn't fucking believe. Crystal gave away secrets about her husband to Jared within
Kevin.
45 seconds.
Kevin, it was
Kevin.
It was to Kevin. Yeah, fucking A. It was.
Then poor Gerald's in there like, why are you always picking on me?
What's up, Mr. Blocker?
You know what it is? Because Canada's such a pussy country, right? They never had like prisoners of war. So they never got taught to just like snitches get stitches, like fucking they never got taught that. Because on a good day, our Salvation Army could go in there and kick their ass and invade. And fucking, yeah, and she does, she just blurted out all the information. She might be fucking a little suspect. What's up, Blake? Fucking, we talked to Blake on the Zoom call or on the non-Zoom Zoom call. Oh, yeah. Hey, Allison, how you doing?
The better half.
We're Sammy.
Fucking Sammy. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Fuck you, Gerald.
Yeah.
Better make some money while you're there.
Yeah, did you even ask? Is he gambling down there or no?
I think he said he gave money away already. Yeah.
I think he's working at Chippendales while he's there.
Well, I would be at they do the Australian show, right? The Australian strippers. He could get in on that. He could dance around, fucking. They could hop in his shorts like a little baby kangaroo and fucking
skip around.
That could happen. Oh Christ! Look at this. We got Ron Heisenberg tonight. Okay.
Yes, we do.
See, I'm here clicking shit, but it doesn't fucking matter because I'm not in control of this chat. So,
not the good Heisenberg.
Shauna, bring up Ron's last comment. Okay, we'll just wait. Okay, yeah. No, there are no Puerto Ricans in this chat, fucking Ron. Just so you know, if there are any Puerto Ricans, it's because you brought them. Okay, but we tend to we tend to get one Puerto Rican every now and then, and that's
every now and then he'll jump in.
Yeah.
Why can't Brian be here to translate for us?
Brian's like, yeah. What do you think? Ron doesn't speak English? You fuck. Like you are so racist. All right. You just assume that the guy doesn't speak English. He was born in New York, man.
I was just reading the comment. I don't know what the fuck that says.
It says ayudos a todas.
It says tacos, burritos, enchiladas.
Chimichanga. Right?
Oh,
oh, look, fucking Sammy's Puerto Rican. Yeah, that's right.
Sammy, what the hell does that even say?
He's a handicapped Puerto Rican.
Yeah, fucking yeah. Oh,
what's up, Sammy?
Oh, what's going on with you people? Jared, you got fucked this week, huh?
Yeah, man. The weather was stupid. First time a hurricane destroyed half of fucking Tennessee. So
yeah, it's I'm seeing Tennessee getting no love from everybody. Everybody's worried about Florida, South Carolina, and Georgia. Yeah. All right. So the world is sending Tennessee a very clear message. Okay. They just do not give a fuck. But I think there's a couple of people online trying to get some donations and shit made. And speaking of donations, Shauna, can you just pull that up and Jared explain it to everybody?
Yeah, so everybody in the chat, if you guys want to scan that QR code, that is the local college up in Johnson City, Tennessee, East Tennessee State University. All the sororities and fraternities are gathering money up. They're getting water and blankets and generators and fuel and stuff, and they're taking it to the people that were hit hardest. For you guys that don't know, we had 3 dams break in the North Carolina and Northeast Tennessee area, flooded out, destroyed complete cities, complete towns. just devastation. I think we've still got 200,000 people without power. They're still missing, I think as of today, almost 400 people have not been accounted for. Just a real tragedy there. Keep everybody in your thoughts, prayers. If you want to donate $5, $1, whatever, send it to Braxton. He's my buddy's son. He's up there. He's in the school, and they're donating and helping out. So take a screenshot, whatever you guys want to do. Come back and see it. Help these people get a little bit of relief.
Well, maybe if you guys are lucky, we'll get Trump down there to hug a few paper towels at people, and fucking that'll help you guys out, because seems to have worked for Puerto Rico. Okay, so maybe Trump could take care of that in Tennessee. So, all right, let's see. Who we got? Ron here tonight. Do you just want to bring Ron on? Let's just bring Ron on.
Just bring him on. Let's throw him to the wolves.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Life!
You had to throw in that paper towel joke.
Oh, you know I did.
You have no idea how insulting that is. I mean, like, you can't walk into a supermarket here and actually just, you kindly hand the person next to you a paper towel that they asked for you. If you throw it, you're gonna get thrown out the supermarket. I mean, like, I carry very comfortably my rolls when I come up from Costco's and stuff. And now everyone's sensitive about that.
Yeah, I would imagine so. But fucking toughen up. It was fucking funny. It was funny after it happened. It was kind of funny when it happened, but it was, it was definitely worth it. In case nobody knows, we have the number 18 breeder in Puerto Rico here, fucking Ron Eisenberg.
Is this a no swear channel?
This is you know what this is like Telemundo, okay? It's like Telemundo. I understand that what happened was there was some problems this week between Telemundo and BET in the snake community, and we're just helping out Telemundo a little bit because they got torn apart a little bit. So we figure we'll bring on. But Ron's looking at me like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh wait, I'm out the loop. Oh wait,
no, you gotta keep up with the shit.
I'm still with the baby oil loop. I'm not. I have no idea about it.
No, it's moved on. Listen, let me tell you something. All right, this is so fucked that I'm not even going to get into it. How fucked it is, because I don't want to be a part of it.
Oh man,
because if I'm part of it, the racial slurs will fly. Okay, so I don't want to be a part of either one. All right.
There's already been two things that we know you love brought into this, and that is baby oil and paper towels.
Well, dude, how about the baby oil?
First of all, the baby oil. All right, so what? Okay, yeah. But second of all, the paper towels, I prefer the sock. Okay. And speaking of that, I got a pair of socks that have been used for that.
You use
one fucking soft as shit, ain't they?
Yeah, no, they are very soft. Yeah.
I hope you kept one for the good foot.
They're very soft. Ron, what's going on, man? What's going on down there in Puerto Rico right now?
I don't know. It looks like you know more than I do. I mean, like, I'm with that Telemundo comment. I'm going to start chatting and figuring it out.
No, we're not even going to go there, right? I just thought it would be, the start of like Pipe Down Prince knows, right? Like, what?
Oh man,
it's it's fucked up. But listen, neither of them like me anyway, so it's okay. So I don't care, but fucking whatever. Tell us what's going on, Puerto Rico. I mean, you're getting Justin visits now. You guys are getting like real like snake celebrities coming down there. what's going on? What's going on now? In
You know
Puerto
what
Rico?
it is that basically I think when you're going back with Telemundo and stuff like that, in the news recently, and it's because of the hot weather, there's a lot of retail, not even say retics. I'd have to say red tail boas, BCIs. There's some berms that are basically making their way out, and people are freaking about it, and it's actually coming out on the news. So now you got guys like Bob Vu, you got all these people coming down to Puerto Rico, and they want to catch a Burmese or a retic or red tail and stuff. And let me tell you a funny story. Bob came down here about like a month and a half ago, and that first night I was like, I know a place where we could probably catch some snakes and stuff. It was like an hour and a half drive. The thing is, the fog was so thick, and Bob was in his car. He'd had a rental. He literally thought that I was actually driving him up somewhere to kill him, because I mean, like, it was like the shine, the fog, as a matter of fact. And when we finally got to the place, we didn't catch any snakes. I mean, like, we saw a lot of single socks. We found a lot of those.
That's where they
but
go.
We didn't find any retics. But Bob eventually did the following day. He got some caimans. He got some red tails. He got some Puerto Rican boas and stuff. So he went on a separate route. But basically, where I went, unfortunately, there was only like single socks.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you took him to the old hangout. That's why, right?
So is this a similar thing as to what's going on down in the Florida Keys and the Everglades and stuff, where people are releasing them, or hurricanes have had them, let them get loose, or what's causing that?
This is the funny thing, because the story is, and I got so pissed. I mean, like, I got so pissed because I'm a YouTuber. I like to see YouTube. I like to actually search other people because I like to see what other people are working, and YouTube will always actually subscribe or suggest a video to you. So they suggested a couple from Florida that they came down here to basically look for those retics. And when they opened their segment, they were talking about, they were down here by a corrupt police officer that was in the cartels, and they released it all of a sudden. And it's more of the same. People are basically repeating, thinking that these retics or these berms or whatever were basically imported by drug lords. But let me tell you something. I don't want to basically spot my age, but I remember we used to have a Woolworths here in Puerto Rico. As a matter of fact, we had 4 Woolworths. And Woolworths, exactly. I mean, like, I'm going back. And in those Woolworths, they would actually sell those caimans, and they would sell the red tail boas.
Right. Yeah.
So what happens basically, the old story in New York, everyone had an alligator and they flushed it down the toilet.
Right.
So you would think that in the sewers, there's movies about that. I mean, like, people joke about 20-foot alligators in the New York sewers. The thing is, if you think about it, how long does a retic or a berm actually take to actually reach 15 to 20 feet?
Oh, yeah. It takes 10 years, 12 years. Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, they were here at one point commercially.
Right.
It wasn't because basically drug lords or people were actually cutting up their rivals and feeding them up to the caimans and stuff like that. These are actually animals that were basically commercially imported. People got bored of it, just like any other animal, just like any other pet. They released it. They take time to acclimate. They're not like all of a sudden thinking, oh shit, there's a chicken, let me breed with it. It doesn't work like that. They're gonna die off. And eventually the ones that do survive, and it's gonna get them time to acclimate, then eventually the breeding process is gonna start. And then eventually you're gonna get that growth. So all that was basically way before all this drama. So now, because it's very, very hot here in the summer, and a lot of them are making their ways, everyone wants to come to Puerto Rico basically and say, look, we got the same thing that's going on as the Everglades in Puerto Rico. They're doing like, everyone want to be a Steve Irwin now.
Right.
Ron, you're really putting a damper on my movie ideas, because I was just thinking about cocaine condas.
Okay. Yeah, but J-Lo's not going to go for that. So
Yeah.
We've had cocaine bears, we've had cocaine gorillas. Cocaine condas is the next big thing. I see it.
No, the next one is going to be cocaine shark. That was the
or maybe hurricane boa.
Yeah, hurricane boa. Yeah, fucking A. That would
I
work.
can see that one. Huggable. I can see that.
This whole thing reminds me of a segment in South Park. So basically, what's happening is the Puerto Rican snakes are looking at the other snakes, and they're like, "They took our jobs."
The only reason I find that something funny is because I'm a big South Park fan, and I use that line with everything. It basically applies to every single thing.
Everything. They took our job.
Yeah, but the thing is that fucking what Gerald doesn't realize is Puerto Rico's part of America, right? Like fucking it's I mean, yeah. So they didn't really take our jobs. They just came over here and started working. Fucking the Mexicans.
I'm not
They took our
Gerald, goddammit.
jobs.
I'm Jared.
Let me
That is
tell you
pretty
something.
funny.
Let me tell you something. I don't joke with no Mexicans. I don't know if you've been watching Netflix lately, but those Narcos series. I mean, like,
Fucking A.
I ain't
Yeah.
messing with them.
Yeah. No,
I've
you
been
don't fuck
dealing
around
with them a lot. I've been practicing my Española. Que pasa, amigos? Un cervezas
Going
por
back
favor.
Going back to South Park.
Yeah.
Pasa bonita. You know, like we haven't even seen
Yeah.
that episode.
You gotta just be like SOCKS. Stocks. All right.
I was just trying to sound super racist for Chris because he says in my accent makes me sound racist. Okay.
Well, it's funny that we're talking about Jared being racist and fucking Ron is like, I don't fuck with them Mexicans. Right?
No, I got mad respect, mad respeto, you know, la madre patria, you know.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm trying to figure out what
La madre onda, you know, I don't fuck with them, you know.
No.
they're coming out with a machete at you.
No, that's the Dominicans. We gotta sort this out right.
Yeah, I don't think they know. I don't think they
Yeah.
know. No. Yeah, you can tell they didn't grow up in the Bronx, right? Like, fucking, like don't know the difference between a Dominican and a Puerto Rican. Go ahead, Ron, go for it.
So yeah.
They
So
all
how
look
would you
the
say
same,
no?
Chris.
No, they don't look all the same. Fucking Dominicans are a lot darker. Okay, so that's why, like, whenever you've probably never had this in your life, Jared especially, but Paul maybe. You meet a black guy that only speaks Spanish, and then it tells you he's Dominican, and fucking it, and it's not a black guy like Jared's used to fucking making fun of. Right, it's a black dude like that, fucking like knows Spanish, fucking knows how to do stuff, and will kill you with a machete. Okay, so
Listen, no joke. This was like a year ago. As a matter of fact, I even have it on my TikTok. I live on the coast, and there's a certain part of the year that we have whales that they actually migrate to the west side of the island. And I'm there with my camera. I got this Canon with this zoom lens and stuff like that. I'm looking like real far out. And I'm looking at other boats, and I know because it's whale season, fishermen will take tourists, to actually see if they can see the whales. So the first thing I do is if I see a boat circling, I zoom into that boat until it gets a lot more closer. As it got closer and closer and closer, it was a boat full of refugees. And there were like 50 of them in a boat. And when they got off the boat and stuff like that, it's funny because they got all the tourists, all the gringos. They were like, run, Corre, welcome to America, run, They were, and I was just cracking up just seeing that. And the thing is, unfortunately, not to basically be racist, but then again, I'm Puerto Rican, I could be, it won't seem racist, but they were all black. So because they were all black, and I'm basically, doing my, Boy Scout, North Star thing, figuring out where they must have come from. I'm thinking they came from the Dominican Republic. So as soon as they make landfall, I had bottles of water and I started talking to them in Spanish, and they were looking at me like stupid, like, exactly like that South Park episode with those kids from Africa with Sally Struthers. Anyway, Struthers. So anyway, the thing is, I'm talking to them and they didn't understand a word that I was saying, and I just assumed because they were black, they must have been from the dark side of the Dominican Republic, not the light side, especially since they came on the boat. They were Haitians, and no, they didn't have any chickens. They weren't killing dogs or cats or anything like that, But, I gave them a bottle of water. Then I started talking English to them. And then they replied to me in English Creole, like kind of like French.
Right.
And I was like,
yeah.
oh shit, so you guys came from Haiti?
Mhm.
And they was like, yeah, we came from Haiti. That blew my mind, because just to think, you have to understand something. The Dominicans, they're extremely racist with darker colored people. So if you're extremely dark, they assume you come from the Haitian side.
Mhm.
And for Haitians to cross over to the Dominican Republic to get a boat and try to make their way to Puerto Rico, they're literally, that's why the Dominicans are known with the machetes. They'll chop the beans off of them, you know. So the Haitians actually had to make really a circle around Haiti towards the front, go all the way around, pass basically towards Cuba, make their way down, and go to the west coast of Puerto Rico. That's a trip and a half. And when I saw that boat and I went up to it and I saw everything, the only thing I could have thought of was how many people they threw over, just basically for not basically, you know, sinking the ship. That's the only thing I thought about. And that really, really broke my heart.
I got a serious question. If they make it to Puerto Rico, does
They
that
get diplomatic immunity and matter.
they get asylum?
Not asylum. I'm sorry, asylum,
yeah,
because they're coming from basically a part of the island or a part of the country that has, you know, political unrest. If they're Dominican, they get basically put. They send them back. They put them back in the water. They say, make your way back.
Right,
you know, they won't even bother. As a matter of fact, those Haitians, when everyone was telling them to run and get, you know, go for the mountains, they stood there and they waited for ice. They literally were right there waiting for them.
But I just thought that because Puerto Rico wasn't like an actual state.
It's a territory of the United States, so it is part of the United States.
So it still counts if they get there.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
In all senses, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it fucking sucks, man. It's I was watching somebody where he was talking about like the Mexicans and the South Americans coming into America. He was like, it's extremely unfair from like somebody in Haiti and Pakistan, what they got to do to get here, and all you got to do is hop a wall 12 miles away from your house, you know. And he was just like, you know, imagine what these people have to do just to get here. And honestly, that I mean, we've all made the joke, you know. Could I talk to somebody who hasn't come here on a floating door or fucking something like that, right? But the bottom line is that you see what they're doing to get here, right? Yeah. I mean, it's fucking and imagine how many of those motherfuckers they kicked off the fucking raft.
And that's the thing. They without a heartbeat, they will toss you over the water, and that's open water. I mean, like that's part of the Puerto Rican Trench. That's the deepest one of the deepest part of the world.
Right.
You know, I mean, like nothing's gonna find them. You know.
Right.
So just thinking and stuff like that. If you're, you know, on someone's bad side and stuff like that, or just by chance you started talking Spanish.
Right.
Look at that's that one time you don't want to talk Spanish, you know, because they know the problem that they have there. So you're going over, you know.
Jesus Christ.
But now that has nothing to do with snakes. I'm sorry, I'm going off top.
No, it's right. When you found out like how much of a pain in the ass it was to get snakes there in Puerto Rico, like when you moved from New York to Puerto Rico, right? Did you have to leave a collection behind? Did you not leave a collection behind? Did you just start over in Puerto Rico?
Okay, this is the thing. I mean, like, obviously, we got our regular Puerto Rican snakes here. We got like 2 different species. So,
right.
As a kid growing up in New York and stuff, anytime I wanted to actually see snakes, you know, there's always that Petland discount that's right next to, you know, they had one in every corner. Yeah. You know, in those days, in the 80s, actually. So I never was into any reptiles besides a regular garter snake that I picked up from a pet store. When I came here to Puerto Rico, I had no idea ball python was a thing. You know, I wish I actually did, because when I did start, you know, I had a really, really good job that basically afforded me the opportunity to invest even more, or even travel even more to go to get those animals and even ship it to me with no problem. When I started basically after, you know, I had an accident, and basically I took it up as a hobby, a single snake. And I did what every responsible, normal person does when they get their first ball python. They go on YouTube, and they Google basically, the cares and stuff like that because they have no idea what to do. So going onto YouTube, I saw it actually opened up a window for me of seeing the possibilities that there was because at that time, a normal was just a normal. It was like no different. I
Right.
had no idea, what a morph was. Forget about code DOMs, incomplete dominance, recesses, all that, that wasn't an issue.
What
So
year was this?
this was in 2011.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, my first snake that I actually got was from this geeky kid with glasses, that I found on my king snake. And he shipped 3 snakes for me. And I had no idea who it was. I just randomly picked a guy that I saw on King Snake that says he would ship to Puerto Rico.
Right.
Turned out to be Justin Kabilka.
No shit. Yeah.
So he was my very, very first import of snakes that I actually got here in Puerto Rico. So it wasn't really that hard. It was basically he was already doing it for other breeders way before me. Like I said, I was a late bloomer in all this. So after that, it's basically, plug and play. It's not really that hard to get anything any different as it is. If I was living in Nebraska or Alabama, FedEx delivers here, Delta Dash delivers here. It's a $50 charge. In those earlier times, there was no issues with a veterinarian certificate that is required as of recently.
Right,
Before,
because
we
that's
just shipping it, as normal.
you guys don't have to adhere to CITES
No.
laws there. You guys just need a vet certificate, right? To get
That's all we need because of the problem we've been having with the red tails, the berms. They want to make sure that whatever comes down here is not invasive to the point that it can actually affect the ecosystem. And a ball python is not going to mate with with a berm and stuff like that and create something that's basically going to devour someone's dog or cat.
Right. And this was 2011, right? So since then,
Yeah.
you've been doing a lot. I mean, you laid out some money, even back then, right? Because I mean, Justin wasn't selling $400 snakes back then either. I mean, I don't think, the young people now that think that Justin ever put out, $200 and $300 snakes and was Canova that way. That they have no idea, right? So fucking Justin was still somebody at the time, right?
No, yeah, I'm not taking anything away from him, but what I'm saying in my eyes,
Right.
For me, as a person that I have no idea who Justin was, he was a guy that actually turned out to be someone that was making YouTube videos that had glasses. I was like a scrawny little kid.
Yeah, nerd.
It's exactly. It's
I
nothing
heard
what
you
he is
call
now.
Justin a little geek guy that sold him some snakes. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Well,
no, he
yeah.
was.
Like I said, that's who he was for me at that time because I didn't know him from a hole in the wall. He wasn't the ball python hobby in general. The concept of it was nothing more than basically just acquiring a different snake that I could not find here because everything was like a normal. And then there was breeders that we have classified ads here that's something like a Craigslist. And basically, well, there's some people that they know the value of ball pythons. Obviously, I didn't, and they were asking for higher prices. And I was at that point that I would get like a random FU if I questioned a price. But then again, I didn't understand it. I wasn't really I every time I deal with someone that's starting new in the hobby, I'm extremely patient with them because I don't expect them to understand what a monsoon costs. And I don't expect them to understand what a Desert Ghost Exantic costs. I don't expect them to go through that. So I don't go into details with things like that. I take it as basic as I can because I started out that basic and I don't want to overwhelm them because when we get to that point that we start talking about what costs what and what it takes to make certain things, it's too unattainable to so many people that it'll actually scare them away. And that's not what I want. I need as much people that can actually want to grow into this and they'll learn the value at their own pace like I did mine.
It's all like baby steps for them. I got you.
Exactly. So then again, someone who's seeing this fat, guy with a hat is going to actually at one time or another say, wait a second, that's not just some fat guy in a hat. That's Ron Heisenberg. This guy's big time.
So
Eventually they're gonna get to that point.
So from where you were when you were on the 15 minutes of blame until where you are now, how much have you seen the industry grow, and how much do you think being on 15 minutes of blame helped you grow your business after that?
Okay, I'm gonna be real honest with you. What 15 minutes of flame did to me is something that has no price, because basically it gave value to myself. It actually validated the things that I was doing, because let me tell you something. Like I said, I was a random hole in the wall, you know and to actually be asked, hey, listen, and I know Shane. I mean, like, heck, me and Shane, we're like real good buddies. And Shane did me a good solid when he asked me to actually be on the 50 minutes of fame, because he was doing basically the contest thing, and to get that whole segment. And Shane would toss ideas back and forth with me, and I would joke around with him, and I kind of mess around and I say, like, Shane, you're traveling here and stuff like that, why don't you just do this, or why don't you do that? And we would just mess around with that. And Shane gives me a call back, and he's like, I got in. He was like all excited, and I was like, dude, that's incredible. Then Shane says, you know what? I want you to be on that 15 minutes and stuff like that. And that humbled the shit out of me. Like, you have no idea. That really, really humbled me a lot. As soon as I did that segment, the first person that called me was John Lehman. Immediately, John Lehman called me. He was curious about the morph market, how we could actually, influence here in the Puerto Rican market, because he had no idea. Because when I was talking about it, I was talking about how I was moving my snakes, if I was using Instagram or Facebook and all that stuff, And I did have a morph market account, but he wanted more details to basically fine tune it. So what 15 minutes of lame actually did was it put me somewhere. It put me on the spot, and it gave me some recognition. But then again, it did not take away what I had to do, what my job was continuing doing. And being on that segment validated the point that I was doing something right. So that actually meant more than you can imagine to me.
So do you feel like the 15 minutes of lame is something that is good for the hobby, that's going to help the hobby grow and the industry grow as a whole? And even with Chris and his antics and his he hates ball python breeders sometimes. And we know how he jokes and how he kids, but is this something that really is going to push this hobby to the next level?
Anything and everything is needed to push the hobby as forward as it can go. If there's a stalemate, if there is no movement, if there is no validation, if there's no gratification, there's a lot of people that are getting tired of opening up a rack, because you can only watch so many segments of Justin to basically say, shit, I'm never going to reach that. I'm never going to get to that far. But when you have someone basically giving you a spotlight, giving you that 15 minutes, that time to shine, you're not concentrated. You're not focused on that. I'm making a Desert Ghost, VPI Exantic, Pompeii, Monsoon, Genetic Stripe. You're not focused on that, and you're not even trying to catch up to it, because you want to know something. You're setting your own standards, because now someone is recognizing you. So that 15 minutes of fame, it's a validation that every person needs to feel like what they're doing is actually paying off. Because like I said, you got to come every week and you got to feed that snake that looks like a normal, even though it's been sold like a triple head, but you got no guarantees, but you're just going on whatever words and faith. And that's what's making you feeding that snake every week. And it's going to get a point that you get tired, and you're going to get tired because you got to keep looking at that normal looking snake. But then again, you're going to be recognized because of your persistence. You're going to be recognized because of the patience, the passion that you have. And if someone can call you out and say, you want to know something? Let me put you on this segment. Let me talk to you. I want to know your story. That's going to make someone float. And it's going to make them float so much to the point that, you know what? It's going to keep pushing them on and on and on, because we all go through hard situations. You just talked about recently the hurricane up north. Everyone that has to basically, empty out their garages, their basements, and all that stuff, and try to build everything back. Why even bother? Things like this 15 minutes is the reason why, because it validated what you're doing, and it actually helps you when you have to go through hardest times that there will always be. So, it's a must. It's a must, and it does help more than you can imagine.
And I want to give fucking Ron like a heart emoji.
Yeah, you do.
Ron just gave that thing an endorsement. Like, you guys were doing this show. You guys have been doing this show for 6 months and haven't got me a quarter of that endorsement yet. Okay. And you won the fucking thing. All right. So fucking man, Ron, that was incredible. All right.
That was the wrong winner.
I was listening to that, and I got the goosebumps. I'm like, wow, this is absolutely amazing.
Let me just give you, what's up, Papito?
Ron for president.
Let me give you a little side joke, because not even a side joke, a little inside story there. Since Chris doesn't want to spill the tea about the Telemundo thing, I want to actually drop something else in there. 2 weeks ago, you had Jamie Cadell, and you had her on Yelemis, and they were talking about the segment, and basically everyone was running in, and someone dropped out. That person that dropped out was me, and I actually wrote an email to Chris. There's something that I feel that actually helps the hobby is projection. If you can't sell a story, no one's going to be interested. If you don't have that passion, if you don't have that drive, it doesn't matter if you do make that Desert Girls, VPI Exacted, Pompeii, Monsoon, whatever, Gorilla, Zebra, it doesn't matter. If you don't have the passion to actually, promote that, and share that, it's not going to reach, no one's going to care. And when Chris was running that segment, I was going through the most incredible hard time in my life. As a matter of fact, I even went off on Chris at one time, that basically, we had like a little exchange.
Yeah.
But it was because basically,
no.
What was great about that is I forgot about that, and Jamie reminded me.
Yeah, Jamie. Jamie, I saw a few times. As a matter of fact, I even came. Well, anyway, the thing is I dropped out because there was no way possible I could find that passion. There's no way possible I could have actually expressed anything positive towards what I have, because what I was going through. So I wrote Chris, and I told him specifically, listen, I got to drop out. I can't do it. Good luck to everybody. I really wish everyone the best. Everyone deserves to be there and all that. And, I withdrew from it. So I was that person that Jamie was actually mentioning, that someone actually did withdraw. That smug thing that she was like, whatever, it was a big deal for me. It was a real big deal for me.
The thing is that Ron dropped out with a reason. Well, like it was after Ron told me the reasons that he was dropping out. There wasn't a way that I could be like, fuck you, man. My contest is more important, right? Like he had the most legit reason. He wasn't like these other dudes who were trying to pay people off to get votes, or try to fucking bribe people for votes. Ron had a serious, like, life-changing fucking thing. And
was it Puerto Rican Wi-Fi, like Brian?
Yeah, it was.
It's one of those things that you don't joke about.
Yeah. Seriously, fucking Jared's all fucked up. Yeah, fucking.
Oh, now I'm the asshole for joking about serious.
Yes, you're the asshole now. But yeah, it was fucked up. So, the thing is that Ron at least had the balls to be like, or the not even the balls. He was a gentleman, right? He fucking said, listen, I can't run in this. This is why. Okay. The other people that, fucking A, my girl Emily, fucking throwing those kisses, baby. Yeah. All right. That's a standard thing now, Ron. I don't know if you noticed, but all of this really does something for me now. But fucking, right? I think it's more this that gets
right.
yeah, like fucking. But like the other people that actually just didn't run at all in the later years. I remember Ron even was like, isn't there like 8 people that you had on that fucking that I've seen nothing from them? And I'm like, yeah, those sons of bitches. Yeah, fucking they just didn't fucking run. But a lot of those people obviously, you know, didn't look at it the way Ron does and the way Shane does. Like Ron, if you would have saw Shane in Canada with the belt,
Oh
right?
my God, yeah.
Okay. All right. He showed up like an MMA fighter with the fucking safety goggles on, with the belt, right? And Sammy, the other Puerto Rican in the hobby, fucking asked Shane if he could hold the belt and take a picture. And Shane said, "Fuck you, you have to earn this thing." Okay. And didn't even let him hold the belt. Didn't even fucking let him hold the belt. So, you know, and one of the other things Ron brought up also was the fact that like you have to do like the perseverance in the hobby is also part of it. It's not just making goofy reels and getting people to vote for you. You know, it's fucking. It's like you got to show that you're going to be here in 5 years, or you have a collection worth. You know, if you have a pastel Enchi, you know, odds are you're probably not going to win. You know, if that's your biggest project, okay, especially with guys like Shane and Leviathan judging. You know,
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's just the way it is.
Nothing wrong.
But I'm glad. Yeah, fucking thank you. That was a fucking 10-minute long dick suck, Ron. I appreciate it. Fucking, I appreciate you. We you know what's funny is we were totally gonna make a joke about the argument that we had.
Chris, you gotta understand something. You keep forgetting, and that's what I find it so funny, dude. I grew up in New York. In New York, you had to survive your mama jokes. The only way you could survive your mama jokes is you got to cut them before they get the chance.
Right.
You got to make fun of yourself. You got to jump in there. You can't give up. You got to take away that leverage. Well, you know, I've been raised, I've been raised on the subways and stuff. So going to school and all that stuff, trust me, it actually, there is no, there's no room for bullying and stuff like that, because I'll flip it real easy. I train my boys how to do that. And we do like jokes of each other. And then basically we do team ups. So like, for example, if like one has a heads up, we switch it. So 2 of us jump on him, with the crushing and the trolling, so it's a craft. It's a craft that I take with pride, that I grew up with, that basically I show my boys so they don't end up being pussies as adults.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, thank you, Kevin. We appreciate that. That's why when my niece was like 3, I would curse at her on the playground so I could give her an edge on the playground when I'm not there, right? Like fucking, that's exactly why I did that. But Paul is kind of the same way. Jared's the same way because he's in the military, I think. So they have to, they have to have thick skin. But fucking Paul, I drove 8 hours to Canada with Paul and Kevin. And during that ride, if you were a stranger, you would think these people hated each other, okay? There was so much fucking go fuck your mother, fucking your mother choked on my balls, like so much. They said shit to each other that I would not say to somebody that I just met, okay? And literally, by the time we got to Canada, I felt meaner. Right? It did something for me. It did something for me, right?
It's the correction officer than us.
Yeah. So I rolled into Canada. I was like,
worst of it.
Yeah, no, I rolled into Canada. I was like, fuck you, Canadians. Like, they didn't even do anything to me. And I'm just like, fuck you,
And then we got to Canada, and the meanest motherfucker there was a Canadian.
Yeah.
About ready to kill this fucking this.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Indian
funny
guy.
too. It's like yeah, like it was like just a mean day. I think that after Paul, Kevin, and I got out of the car, we just had that aura around us. But like, you know, when people just come into your circle and then they're like, "Oh, fuck this guy," you know, and you're like, "Yeah, fuck that guy," right? So we had a guy from Canada curse out a hotel hostess who there was a problem with the hotel, wasn't even her fault, and he cursed the shit out of her, right? Fucking. So yeah, it's kind of like a thing. And like, for instance, whenever I get together with Brian, there's never like I love you, boo. You know, there's never one of those. Okay, never one of those. It's like,
Right
why
off,
don't you
what's
go
up,
fuck
homo?
yourself? You know?
Yeah, I got. Let me tell you something. I got to give props to Brian because Brian was talking all these smacks and stuff like that he wanted to visit me, and when he actually came down here, he actually made a 3-hour drive, and I kind of think he wanted to see if I was talking bullshit. You know, he wanted to see if my shit was real or if it was just straight up bullshit. And he came here and he saw it was no bullshit. You know, but it was still like a 3-hour drive here and a 3-hour drive back.
Yeah, well, Brian's like another one of those guys on the level like where I am, where you would think we're fed up with the community, right? Like you would think that fucking we just hate everyone in the community. But the reality is we actually love the process and part of the community. We just hate the trash in the community, you know, because is it like that in Puerto Rico where 80% of the community is trash?
You just hit it on the nail a little while ago, and I still don't even know the gossip. You know, I don't even know what the Kool-Aid tastes like, and you know more of the flavor than I do. You know, so I'm still out the loop. So yeah, that gives you an idea. Unfortunately, there is competitiveness, and that competitiveness will bring out the ugliest of you. And unfortunately, it's no different here than it would be anywhere. You know, especially with this hobby. I mean, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I really am not. I'm going to say this is like a kumbaya thing that people, you know, they hug each other and stuff like that, because we all know you go to the expos and stuff like that. Then when you go, you curse the shit out of the person saying, "You believe this critchy motherfucker actually went up and took a selfie and put it up on Instagram with me?" Motherfucker.
Right.
It happens everywhere. You know, it happens everywhere and stuff. So the way that I personally persevere against that is something that I was taught from the very beginning when I started working with ball pythons. My ambition towards this is not on par or is not needed the support of anyone else but my own. And that's what actually makes me stay here longer, because someone's always going to have an issue with someone else, and then they expect you to choose sides. So if you don't choose sides, it's the exact, and if there's any Puerto Ricans still in this chat right now, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You could be from New York, but you're not a Puerto Rican. You could come to Puerto Rico, be a Puerto Rican, and you're not a Puerto Rican. So you're in the middle, because you either don't speak English and you're not American, but you are American, or you come to Puerto Rico and you don't speak Spanish, but you're Puerto Rican, but you're not Puerto Rican. So you're in that middle place. So I find, unfortunately, you know, I have to maintain that way, staying in the middle and avoiding any gossip that anyone is going through. Only focus on the projects that I'm working on, because at the end of the day, those are my results, not what someone else actually pulled up or someone that had decided basically to pal along with that just didn't get along with the person next to them.
Well, I think Antoine said it to me best. He goes, if I fucked with nobody that people told me not to fuck with, I would have nobody left to fuck with. Okay. Because you know, and that's really the way it is. You know, it's like fucking you know, every one of my friends, there's definitely a person in the hobby that they can't stand. Okay. But odds are 9 times out of 10, I'm friends with that person too. So whenever there's an issue between the two, I'm just like, yep, fucking figure it out. Be men and fucking figure it out, and just don't go through. But there's a lot of bitches in this community. Okay, I mean, like an ass ton of bitches. Okay, so you know, like whenever I go to Arlington or Tinley, I have motherfuckers that I know hate me. that are just like, yo, you mind if I get a picture with you? And I'm like, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, all right. Yeah, and then while we're taking a picture, I'm like, oh, so my mother could go fuck herself, huh? Like that. And I'm like, smile, like fucking. So
yeah, I'm like, rub one off on that spare sock you have with my picture. Good luck with that.
Yeah, Chris, rub one off with that spare sock you have with my picture.
Dude, I'm gonna rub one off, right? I've actually rubbed a few of them off. And,
It's
I
a
rubbed a
perfect
few of
picture
them
of
off,
his face.
right on your face, right.
Which
right,
my face
right
or
on the
Paul's
face.
face, Gerald's face, or all three of us?
Yeah, but I aimed for yours. Right? But that's what I imagine you doing, dude. That's what I imagine. Yeah.
Without a screen protector, so he's committed.
Yeah. No
Let
way.
me take the glasses off.
I got a video. No, I like the glasses on.
You look more sophisticated, bud.
Yeah, this way it doesn't go in the eyes. I mean, from what I hear, that shit burns, right? Like fucking, that's the kind of thing it goes. But yeah, fucking. So now, Ron, 5 years from now, what do you plan on doing?
God, man, you always ask me these questions that has like a long answer. I have to go back to something that I saw one time that I was very, very inspired, and it was with Garrick Meyer. Garrick DeMeyer actually, way back when I started keeping ball pythons, obviously going on YouTube and trying to figure out what I was doing, talked about what he's achieved, with the ball pythons. And one thing that stood out to me is that he actually was able to put 4 of his children through college. And I always said that I had certain goals that I wanted to reach, and I reached some of them. And one of the goals that I have is basically doing exactly what Garrick DeMeyer actually said, is helping my son finish college. And remind you, this is a hobby that sometimes no one else wants to help you, within the family or friends. It's something that's just totally on your shoulders. There has to be a reason behind it. So 5 years from now, I really want to see that I was able to achieve that goal in life with this hobby, to be able to do that. And then from there, scaled back a little bit more. Obviously, I'll have a lot more high end. So I'll be more like Ozzy kind of mentions, that he's like a boutique breeder. So I figure I come to that point that I'll just basically breed for things just for myself, just to stay active. But my goals are basically focused at, and I've achieved a lot of things through this. So that's why I got to say that this actually has more value than you can imagine.
Well, and did you ever have the Justin dreams as opposed to the no, I want to do, but like I think that the trend in the hobby has went away from the I want to be the next Justin, and that, hey, I made 80 grand extra this year in ball pythons. That's pretty good. I think
you want to know something. There's never going to be another Michael Jordan. I mean, like everyone wants to be the next Michael, there's never going to be a next Justin Kabilka. These are basically pioneers. These are pillars that basically
but everybody said there's not going to be another Ralph Davis, and now we have
Ralph Davis. Let me tell you something. Ralph Davis is always and will be a legend. He's a legend. He will always be a legend. People will always mention his name. There's not going to be a single breeder that even coming in new is not going to do a Google search and figure out the lavender albino. Basically, the first dreamsicle was Ralph Davis. The Goblin, the what was it, the Rain that you were working with at one time. There's always going to be someone that's going to Google and they're going to cement their name in this hobby. So even if they stop doing it, their job or their legacy still continues. I mean, like Ben Rennick. I mean, like, heck, there's so many people. Brian Barczyk. I mean, like, there's so many people that they are established names in this community, in this hobby. And I gotta say, I'm not striving to be the next Justin Kabilka. I don't expect to be Justin Kabilka. I don't expect to be the next Ozzy. I'm Ron. I'm Ron from BBM Reptiles. I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm just that next breeder, no different than what Jared is or Paul is or Chris or anyone else. You know, I'm just someone that's trying to find purpose and a reason to continue finding the joy and the passion that this hobby has. And that's my drive. That's my focus. Do I get extra things that actually help me that I never expected? Fuck yeah. More than you can imagine. Seriously, more than you can imagine. Um, and sometimes I get a little bit over passionate with this because I defend it like if I'm actually defending my own mother. If someone's actually going after my mother, talking about her, and I'm talking about those days when I'm in like in the second or third grade, when you actually fought when someone insulted your mother, not when we grew a skin and start those mama jokes had no effect on us. But the thing is that I've gotten back so much from the reptile community. I'm not even talking about locally here in Puerto Rico. I'm talking about in general. I had like an outreach that you cannot even imagine. And again, going back to that comment that I made, I was just a hole in the wall. 15 minutes of fame put me up there and stuff like that. And
I love
that hole got bigger.
Speaking of moms, Paul's mom's pretty hot. She loves me.
Yeah, you know what's great about Paul's mom? I meant to tell Jared this.
Fucking piece of shit, man.
Paul's mom followed me on Instagram. Yeah,
That's right. Marvin Santoriello loves the fat man.
That's what I was like. And immediately I went to go see any pictures, right? And I was like, huh.
My mother's 84 years old. Leave her alone. She's a saint.
She won't be a saint after Chris talks to her.
Well, Ron, thank you very much for doing this. We normally like to keep it for about an hour.
Yeah, I understand.
Thanks for coming in and talking this shit. And listen, I can't even rip on you after that 10 minutes straight of fucking keeping my dick hard. Fucking, I love you, brother. You're fucking awesome. I wish you nothing but the best down there with all those fucking paper towel catchers. Okay, so fucking just knock it out of the park. Fucking I'm gonna have Kenny on in the new year. So we'll be showing Puerto Rico some new love too. So but thank you for taking the time, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you very much for asking me on. I really do appreciate it.
You got it, man.
For people that don't know you, they don't know where to find you. Pimp your shit, man. Where can people reach you? Like, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Look at your stock and stuff like that.
Okay, guys, it's real easy. If you go to Instagram, BBM_reptiles. You can go on my Instagram. In my bio, you will see a link tree. In a link tree, I have TikTok, I have Facebook, I have Instagram. I got 2 YouTube channels. Uno se habla español. And basically there you get all the information that you see that, what we're working with down here and the cook, because it's all about the cook.
Dude, you fucking having fucking TikTok?
Damn straight. What you think? Ever since we're talking about peeing on bums, I was like, fuck that. That's my next thing I got to do. Chris said to do it. Fuck it. I got to do it.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, thank you again, Ron. Everybody go follow BBM Reptiles, BBM_reptiles. You should take that underscore out.
Yeah, and either way, you'll find it in there. I mean, it's not that hard to find. BBM Reptiles.
Right. Go follow BBM. Ron, thanks. You can hang out backstage. We'll be back in 10 minutes. If you don't feel like it, you don't have to. It's up to you.
Don't worry. I'm here.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Right, thanks again, Ron.
Peace. Take care, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Live!
Yo, how great was that?
This is the thing. There needed no
Blake,
questions.
thank you.
No questions for him. He laid out everything for you and for this the 15 minutes. He has the passion, let me tell you.
Yeah.
He's pretty amazing.
Super passionate, man.
Yeah.
He's He's always, fucking. He's been that like that even when we had our little tiff. But fucking yeah, I like this new Ron. I may hire Ron to do fucking some like Spanish versions of my shit, and fucking just have Ron in the corner like signing shit. Now
that's sign language.
yeah. Well,
it doesn't work that way, Chris.
Yeah.
Well. The great thing was that Brian Bodie fucking DM'd me yesterday morning, I think, and he was at some concert, right?
The Killers.
And they had a fucking
What up, Dwight?
an interpreter on the side of the stage, right? Like hand signaling the words of the song. And then when there was a guitar part, he would play guitar. And then when there was a drum part, he would he would do the drums. And I was just like, yo, listen, all right, I'm all for handicap rights and all that now, right? But how many deaf people are going to concerts that you require to pay this guy every fucking show? Like for what? If you got 20,000 people in there, 2 of them are probably deaf, right? Like fucking, why would they even fucking do that?
It's pretty.
They had a comedian that did that not too long ago that had a sign interpreter, and the dude's like, yeah, he's like, I've never had a sign language interpreter before, and he was saying something. He kept saying, making her say like, "This dick is huge" or something. Just kept doing it over and over again. He's like, yes, I love the way she signs that.
Yeah, but I could see that with a comedy show, with a fucking at a rock concert. I think it was like Sublime.
No, it was the Killers.
Oh, was the Killers? Okay,
Yeah.
right. Oh, what a bunch of shit. So, all right, guys, stay on the network. 9:00. My one black friend and my one white friend coming on. Okay. If you guys like what you see here, join the Patreon. If not, at least subscribe to the channel so you can see everything that we do. Hit the little notification bell and
smash that like button.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Smash the like buttons, Mom. Okay. Fucking do it. And guys, thanks for sticking around for the whole fucking thing. We appreciate it. So all right, Gerald will be back next week. Okay. And just so you know, I don't think that you guys know, but next Sunday is Shauna's birthday. Okay. All right.
Oh, and she's gonna be in New York.
Yes, she's gonna be in New York. So, but she's such a hard worker that she wants to still do the lamest chat. Okay?
What?
Yeah.
Backstage, we're gonna have Gerald strip for her.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have. Yeah, you're gonna have to have Gerald do something. Okay. Yeah. So next Sunday, don't tell her, but everybody say happy birthday to Shauna next Sunday. All right. Other than that, we're gonna leave now, and we're gonna go backstage. We're gonna talk for 5 minutes, and then I think I'm gonna air fryer up some wings before my next show. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it is, with a black dude, so I figure honor him by eating some chicken. All right. So fucking just gotta do what I gotta do. All right, guys. Fucking thanks again for staying. Shauna, pull us out of this thing.
Fuck you, Paul.
Okay, right? Pull.